Hello all. So we're designing for the Cricut, and if design websites don't pop up, like there's some IT issues at a school, can't get the software, can't get certain websites to pop up, we can design in Google Drawings for the Cricut. Like I'm saying, kids can't get Design Space, they can't get Cuttle, they can't get Inkscape, they can't, we can do Google Drawings. So get a new, more drawings, and they could send you the PNG, and then you on the one device with Cricut Design Space can do what you need to do. All right. So first, comes up with a full size page, but you could always tell them to change the page settings to make it smaller. Like if I'm going to use the Cricut Joy, I know that page size, page setup, is only 6.5 by 4.5, and I think it's 4.5 by 6.5. Okay, so I know that's my Cricut Joy. Okay, it just kind of helps that they know what size things are showing up. Dimensions are always tough to get to, so we got to give them more time to work with it. All right, so let's use some text. Just throw in a text box here. I'm going to do butterfly and call it a pollinator. And because it's my size of my vinyl, I could use this to say how big I really want things to be. 80 might be a little big. Yeah, 80 is a little big. Let's go 70. Okay. And I want to center things up. And I want to center this. And I can center this by using that nice red arrow. Okay, so there's pollinator. So we can choose fonts, right? But again, you want to choose fonts that are not too thin. That would be tough to weed and tough to make stick. Like if I'm trying to weed around pollinator and leave the word as my vinyl, if it's really thin, it's going to be tough to stay there, right? So I'm going to go with impact. Sounds good, right? I mean, you could always go something else, right? Let's just go comfort. I don't know. Try that one. And then go bold. It would make it thicker, okay? So that is an option. Let's go back to impact. Boom. Now let's go get some images. I like using two websites. thenounproject.com, thenounproject.com, and flaticon.com. They both are free. Now with the Noun Project, you can get SVGs, but for Google Drawings, we don't need SVGs, or we actually can't use SVGs. So search in either of them. Again, we want to pay attention to images that are simple. This would be really tough to cut on a Cricut. On a laser, yeah, I could see cutting this on a laser or engraving this on a laser, but cutting this on a Cricut, it's just got too much detail and too many cuts. I just don't think that these little lines would stay. So you want to think simple, like this one. This would work. Again, these antennae are actually pretty big compared to what the antennae actually really are. So that's good. I don't want really thin lines. So that would be a good one for butterfly. So I'd click on PNG. And scroll down, free download, and you see it's downloading. Remember, we have to give attribution. Same kind of thing in Noun Project. Search. Look for stuff. Yeah, like this would be really ugly to try and cut on a Cricut. Etching it, engraving it on a laser, it would be awesome. And then maybe cut an outline around it kind of thing. Yeah, I think that would work great. But so you got to know what tool you're using, right? Because they are different. What would I like on here? Anything that's got a lot of solid space. That would work. I'd like that. This, except the hands. I mean, I don't like the hands. There, this would work really nicely too. And you got your choice of peeling out the circle or leaving it in, and just peeling out the ring. So different things like that, right? This would work. Again, I'm looking at things that are small lines. Those are not too small. Those antenna are really, these lines here would be tough to keep in. Okay, so that's what you got to pay attention to. Now I downloaded something, so now let's go to insert image from computer, butterfly, boom, there's my butterfly. Awesome. Obviously we can size it, I can move it around, we're nice and centered. Let's throw in some word art here. So I mean, you got text box, you got all your choices of text box, but there's also word art if you want to, right? You know, let's go butterfly. Yeah, we can drop that on here. Let's fill it with, I don't know what happens if I fill it with blue. I don't think it really matters, right? But I'm going to fill it with black. Leave it black lines. Boom, there's we've made our sticker. Everything is kind of centered on each other, right? We could always double make sure of that. Do we have, yes, we have a line, and I want to center everything up. Yeah, it was already centered. So we've got a line. I mean, that's one of the things, right? So we could center things up, or left justify, right justify, boom, there we go. All right, so now let's name it butterfly 1, and let's export it, download it. We're going to download a PNG because it's just what's going to work best. SVG, it doesn't like. Cricut doesn't like. All right, so here I am. I'm in Cricut. I want a new project. I want to come over here to the side menu, scroll up it to get an upload. I want to get an upload image. I want to browse for my image. There's butterfly 1, and it's a very simple image, so I just click simple. You know, complex, more complex is as you get multiple colors in there, kind of thing. But again, it's looking for outlines and differences. I like finding things that are simple. Continue. And that's what it's liking, that's what it's saying. There's some ways here to play with, like removing some background if some things are showing up, selecting, erasing. But I don't have anything because my background's blank, right? So if you bring other images in and want to get rid of stuff. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to cut that. So I just click on that and say, hey, upload. And then I need to, so there's this. I've played around with some things before. Add it to canvas. Boom, there we go. And obviously we could still resize in here if we wanted to. Like up here is the size. The height is 6, the width is 5. Well, that's not going to work, is it? No, why did the width get to be 5? That is interesting, because didn't I make my, yeah, I made this 4.5. That's very interesting. I didn't see little details that you start to notice. That can't, if I'm on my Joy, let's go up here. I'm on the Maker, now I'm going to be on the Joy. See this red thing popped up? It's telling me, nope, too large. Yeah, I don't know why that want to be different size. So I've got to make that, be under 4.5, right? There we go. And then I'm going to want to place it better on my mat. So that's over here under more. I usually give it a 1/4 inch. I can't think of what it's called now. Border. 1/4 inch border. But that's pushing it right over to 4.5, which, so I might need to go a little bit farther left, maybe only 1/10 or 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, because if I did 4.25 for my size, 1/4 would make it 4.75, right? So I'm going to push it over, or I got to make this smaller, right? I can make this 4. What's the big deal? Okay. And so then we're good. We're ready to make it and cut it. So we did some just text box. We grabbed a PNG from Flat Icon or from the Noun project. We did a word art. Don't get a lot different with word art, right? And so we can export that as a PNG, Google Drawing, export that as a PNG, and bring it into Cricut. So there we go. Enjoy.